Hi, this is the last True Blood video I have in me, and my sister is here. This is Anne. She watches the show with me. Actually, we started watching it 4 years ago with our mom, and as I joked before, it's a family show. During the during the summer, it's the thing that and Mom and I all watch together, all do together, and then we talk about it afterwards. But not really as intensely as this last season. Both Anne and I have become more engaged with the show of True Blood than we ever really were before. And she not as much, because she is, more busy and actually has a life, but I'm actually engaging with True Blood fandom more too, and I have some things to say about some popular opinions, and so does Anne. So, okay, Anne,
hi.
Pretty. So, right, really, I guess the hot topic is really Eric and Sookie, and why Anne and I don't like their relationship. Neither of us like it very much.
Right.
And
don't like it.
I've already talked about it. You talk.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely think that just the basis of the whole shipperdom in True Blood, mostly revolving around Sookie, is that she needs to be with either Eric or Bill. I feel like it's very black and white. People, you're either, it's like Twilight, you're either Team Bill or Team Eric. And Ellen and I are Team neither. So, yay, Team Sookie. So just Eric, the relationship between Eric and Sookie, I feel like is just very destructive for both parties, because it's a very selfish one, especially when Eric had his whole memory warp, because during that time, Eric's like, oh, I only want to be with you because you are so delicious and so amazing and so beautiful and so wonderful.
And I love you so much.
And I love you so much. And yeah. And he literally was existing for her, which is never okay for anyone ever. You need to exist for yourself, not for another person. So that's why I think on the Eric end, the relationship is horrible when he was the whole time, the whole mind warp thing. And I think from Sookie's perspective, she very foolishly kind of got herself wrapped up in this like fairy tale world and was like, okay, fairy tale, ironic. And she's like, oh, well, he doesn't have his memory, so he's not the same person. And she sort of just let herself be fooled into the relationship, which is obviously also very destructive for her. So I really don't understand how anyone can be like, oh, okay, Sookie and Eric, you guys are great for each other. Awesome. And now that Eric has his memory back, as we saw during the last episode, how selfish he was, with the Bill, Sookie, Eric scene when the three of them were talking together. As soon as Bill sort of acquiesced, where he was like, look, Sookie, you should have what you want in life. And who you want, and even if that's Eric, ... Eric's like, oh, awesome! He said it's okay, alright, great, let's do this thing! And obviously that's not how it turned out, but, Eric is just so obsessive and completely leaves Pam behind, which
was awful.
Yeah.
Which was awful. I feel so bad for Pam, because for me, how I read it was like a kid whose parents are divorced, like the dad coming to her saying, oh, sorry, honey, I like my new girlfriend more than you, so I'm going to spend less time with you now, and I'm going to hang out with my girlfriend instead of being with you. And I mean, the maker-progeny relationship is not exactly like, you know, parent-child. There are differences. Like, certainly Lorena and Bill's relationship is so different than Godric and Eric's, or Bill and Jessica's. Like, it can be a lot of things, the maker-progeny relationship. But with Pam and Eric, like, you know, we could actually see, like, the goodness in Eric without him, like, thinking he should be something else for the sake of Sookie, because he legitimately loves Pam, or at least loved her.
Yeah.
And for him to just
completely dismiss her and take her out of his life just because she was trying to protect him and his well-being.
Yeah, and I just thought that was extremely short-sighted of Eric, because he would have done the same for Godric. Don't tell me he wouldn't have.
Yeah, he was ready to die for him.
Yeah, he was ready to die with him, but the only reason he couldn't was because Godric commanded him to go inside and not die.
Right.
And also Eric, you know, said, "I'll keep you alive by force." Like, he would have done anything to make him live. So, and, you know, with Pam and Eric, it's obviously the same. And for Eric to show Pam absolutely no understanding just makes me think he's a bastard.
Yeah. Like,
really not like his character at all. And, I mean, of course, like, and I guess, it would have been just as bad with Bill and Jessica, you know, Bill, you know, suiciding himself, and she said, you know, "Don't ever do that to me again." But at least Jessica might not have ever completely forgiven Bill, but she would have at least understood, because she's been in love before. So she can at least understand him.
Yeah, she can see the intentions behind his actions.
Right, but, and, you know, Eric doesn't afford Pam that same understanding. And, you know, just to make it clear, because I'm sure there are going to be, like, a ton of people, you know, saying da-da-da-da-da, the books, blah, Eric and Sookie are this way in the books.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about the books. Okay, so when the series first started, okay, I should separate the two. When the television series first started, it was very blatantly obvious they took the first Sookie Stackhouse novel by Charlaine Harris and made that into a television show. However, now we are in now we're going into season 5. And now it is based on the book series by Charlaine Harris. Those words "based on" have really come into play, because as if anyone does read the books and watch the television show, you know that they are now two separate entities. They come from the same same place, but they have clearly branched off. So I feel like it's foolish to try to draw things from, well, that's not like it was in the books, well, it's clear now that, yeah, it's not like it is in the books. And Alan Ball is like, I'm doing that on purpose, you guys.
Yeah.
It's intentional on his part.
Yeah, he wants to make it different. And I don't think that Eric in the books is the same character as Eric in the show. Mm-hmm. I don't think Bill is the same character he is in the books and in the show at all. Certainly. So we can say that even though that they have the same name, the same attributes, they're not the same. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like the first Full Metal series versus the manga.
Oh.
And Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same. Where a lot of characters, like,
stem from the same beginning.
Yeah.
But
aren't
you can tell different stories from the same characters.
Yeah. So they're not the same. So please don't start. Please don't write that. We're not talking about the fucking books. We're talking about the goddamn show.
That's right. Show exclusive.
Yes.
briefly.
So, we talked a little bit about, let's talk about Sookie and why we're happy she's single now.
Okay, well, first of all, I think that it's important to point out this is the first time our girlfriend Sookie has been single in 4 years. It's about damn time.
Or 4 seasons.
4 seasons, whatever. But I mean, for God's sakes, for the past 4 seasons, she's been chasing, Pecker. And it's about time for the girl to, like, get a hold of herself, sort of realize who she is, hopefully discover more of her fairyhood or fairiness or whatever you want to call it, and sort of discover who she is as a person,
Yeah.
and then worry about who she should jump into bed with.
Yeah, and like we talked about this before, but the beginning of this season, like we were just shown Fairyland, and then we haven't seen
And then it was gone.
And then it was gone, and that was it, and we're in Bon Top again. So obviously, I think we will now, because Sookie will have a storyline that's really hers.
Yay!
We'll actually be able to see Fairyland and learn more about the fairies and their organizational pattern, like how their whole world works in conjunction with what's supposedly the real world.
Yes.
That humans and vampires and shifters and wearers exist in. So that'll be good. And also we talked about, like, Sookie will really have a chance in a way that she hadn't before to really be a hero.
Yeah.
To really be a hero. Because we've seen teases at her heroism, but in the past, and I think finally those will actually become to be realized, where she'll, like, lead a charge or really, like, put something together and come out the end, like, feeling satisfied, like she really worked to change things for her in a way that we haven't been able to see. So good.
Yeah.
Sookie should be single.
Definitely. And I feel like, just on that vein, I know that maybe viewers out there are like, no, we want her to be, like, happy and with someone. Yeah, that's all well and great, And if after she discovers who she is and sort of goes through her own story arc, I feel like, yeah, go for it. Be with Alcide.
Which is who we prefer her to be with.
Yes, I'm definitely okay with that. That's fantastic and awesome. But I feel like there's nothing wrong with her being by herself, her figuring out who she is, her actually getting to be the hero that we know she already is a hero.
Yeah.
We just need to see it play out on screen.
Yeah. Why let's talk about why we think that. I'll talk first about why I think she'd be good with Alcide.
Okay.
I think for Alcide is a bit of a tortured wolf because he, the reason why he wouldn't give, Debbie a baby, why they wouldn't get pregnant is because he, said, being aware is too hard and all that. So obviously he's got some self-hate in him or some pity, maybe. I don't know. But, and I really think that with Sookie, because Sookie, like, I think about Sam and the conversation she had with Sam in the first season about how she's not ashamed of what and who she is.
Right.
Like the way Sam was. I mean, not that you can really blame him for that, but that's a whole other thing. But she could actually tease that out in Alcide where, like, being more than human is okay and it's who you are and that's fine. So I think that would be good from Alcide's end. From Sookie, I think that she would have somebody who understands her, because somebody who's more than human, she can have a life like in the sun with children and all that and make something close to a human life, which is something that she's never expressly said for that she's wanted for herself. But you know, she said something about grandbabies this last. So, you know, she wants a family. So she'd be able to have all that with Elsie. So you talk now.